Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 9th of May. My disclaimer: I do this for educational purposes. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, and transfer it to your insurance. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin first. Now, Bitcoin had a strong day yesterday. I was saying that I was thinking it would likely reach the minimum double bottom target in the 101.5 area, but actually it made the extended target as well in about the 104 area. In fact, it made it up to 105. What does this mean? Well, it means that we have a very nice flag. It also means that we've got 60-minute hourly RSI 14 and RSI 5 sell signals fixed. And of course, we already had an RSI 5 sell signal fixed on the daily, which hasn't failed yet. I'm leaning towards seeing a high here. In terms of not retesting the high, what I was speculating when we were, well, about here, I'm doing a post which is going to be published in the hour after. In the next hour or so. But what I was talking about when we were down here was the possibility this was A, B, C. Basically, a bull flag forming here, and that we would go back and test, make this target here in the 69 to 70 area, which is a very, very nice technical back test target, as part of the process of that flag. Then the bull flag would likely break up towards a retest of the all-time high at 109.3. Is it possible we're just going to head there directly? Yes. But I have to say, I'm wondering, well, I think we might see a reversal back down directly on both equities and on crypto here. And crypto's made all the targets that I was expecting it to make, and in the case of Ethereum, and then some. Okay, looking at the Solana chart, daily chart, no current negative divergence. We wouldn't get any unless we saw a pullback and then a retest the high, which is, of course, an option that is on the table. In terms of the trend line here, I was talking in the pre-market video yesterday about the possibility we would reach this trend line here in the 170 area, and we reached it. It held for a little while. We have broken above it. I think this may well be a retest, but the fact that we've managed to make it up to 176 has opened another possibility. I'm alluding to that in the post that I've mostly written and just need to proofread before I send it out. But this is the March high. It's at 179.93, and this is one of the two resistance levels that we're looking at here. And I've also got a target up in about the 183 area. The second of those levels is the 200 EMA, which is at 181. So we've got basically this resistance here at 180, and we've got that at 181. This is the level I'm not expecting to see ideally broken at all, but if it is broken, I'm not expecting to see it broken and converted. But because we have made it all the way up here, which frankly, given the very slow movement in recent days, I was having some doubts about. Because we've made it up here, this isn't necessarily just a bear flag setting up a retest this low here at 95.24. This could be an IHS forming, in which case we'd have an ideal right shoulder low in the 125 area, and then that could break up, and if it made target, that would actually have an overall target in about the 265 area. This could be a very nice looking bottoming pattern. We don't need a bottoming pattern on Bitcoin, of course, because we're almost retesting the all-time high anyway. I was expressing serious doubts about this being a bear market move when we were doing it. Not sure anyone believed me, but I'm just saying we're pretty close to retest the all-time high. I was saying this looked like a bullish consolidation. It still does. I'm thinking that bullish consolidation may not be finished, and overall, I'm leaning towards a bear flag forming here. If we go back and retest the high fully here, that opens up a more bearish possibility that we may be setting up a double top. So I prefer it if it reversed here, came down to the 70 area, and then reversed back up. We shall see. All right, now looking at Ethereum, which, well, for the first 5 weeks of this rally, this crawled up 450 points. It then, yesterday, went up another 650. What happened? Can't find any news, but this has actually caught Ethereum up to Solana. Why is that? Because the March high here is at 25.51.36. That looked a hopeless distance away. yesterday morning, but it looks pretty close this morning. That is also a potential IHS neckline. And ideally, we'd then we reverse down into a right shoulder low in about the 2070 area, and then a reversal back up on a sustained break up back over 2500. We'd be looking at a target which would be at about the 4150 area, I think. No, it wouldn't. That would be in about the 3650 area. Would that get us back up to the 2024 high? No. Would it get us anywhere close to the all-time high? Definitely not. But, well, reasonably close, actually. But I'm really... Where is the all-time high on this? Hang on 1 second. I just need to have a look at the Ethereum weekly chart. Where is it? Yeah, it's here at 4865. This wasn't the all-time high. It never made a new all-time high. We're testing the weekly middle band here. I'm quite liking a high. Do I see a bear flag here? Well, I've got to go with nothing obvious. But to be honest, on this kind of spiky action here, you wouldn't get one. Could this be a bear flag setup anyway? Yes. Equally, it could be a possible IHS setup for me. So we will see how that goes. I have drawn in a head and shoulders here, but it's my least favorite type of head and shoulders, and that's the one that I only see after it happens. So it's not a great quality one. I didn't see it before it happened, but I'm watching it this morning because I think in retrospect, that's clearly what happened. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, I'll have a post out in an hour or so. Let's just have a quick look at comments. Oh, was that it? Ethereum's going to be part of the reserves. Was mentioned again yesterday. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was looking around for news this morning. I couldn't find a damn thing. But if that's the case, then that could certainly explain exactly what happened on Ethereum. Because this was a wild move, which I'm really, really not expecting to see on Ethereum pretty much ever, unless it happens to be going down. Yeah. Commerce Secretary probably has a lot of Ethereum and is not under investigation for corruption because nobody is investigating corruption nowadays. But hey, whatever. All right, brilliant. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I'm certainly planning to have a good one myself. Well, obviously I'm going to work most of the weekend, but the rest of the time I plan to have an excellent time. And my son's up this weekend, so that should be nice. All right, brilliant. In that case, that's a wrap. I will catch you all again on Monday, and everyone have a wonderful weekend.